Hi guys, it's Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and today's design is by Loom from Norway, and it's the Edvin Bracelet. She's named this after one of her boys, and it's a beautiful bracelet. It's not unusual in the stitching, but what you can do is you can fit some really big beads in here. So if you've got like, I think they're called lampwork beads, they work very well in here. I'm going to use a combination of lampwork beads and some bigger beads that I got because I don't have many lampwork beads, but the colours worked okay together. So she has an amazing account, gorgeous renditions and some of her own designs, so go check it out. So that's luma.from.norway, as you can see there. Okay, I've started one here, and these are the colours I'm going to use for the tutorial as well. Sorry, my lights want a strobe on me this weekend. Okay, let's see what I can do. I don't know if I can fix that. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you can use 2 or 3 colours depending on what you would like in your bands. To get this pattern, I've used 3. I've used the main colour, which is the pale pink, baby pink silk, and then I've used the blue silk and the white silk in here, and these are the other beads that I've got, and I've got these lovely lampwork beads, which I believe I got some time ago from I Loves to Loom, one of my favourite looming buddies on Instagram. So I thought they kind of went well together. It's going to make it a different effect, so it may or may not work, but I thought I would use it to demonstrate this tutorial anyway. So I'm going to try and recreate this to start with. I'm using a double-ended hook prototype from Rainbow Loom, and I will get started. So it's a standard 8-loop setup. Would you believe I had no idea what that meant a few months ago, because I didn't used to do anything on a double-ended hook. So it means you get your cap band, pull a band through and pick up one side of your cap band, then go through the 2 left ones, not getting them out of order like I'm about to, and pick up the outside one. Let's try that again. Dear. Here we go. I would like these double-ended hooks to have bigger hooks to make up for my clumsiness. Okay, so we've got that picked up like that, and we're pulling through the first 2 loops, picking up the outside loop, and then we're going to put one more band on through the outside 2 and picking up the outside one, trying to twist the bands. Okay, so there we have our 4 on this side. So I'll swap over and go through. Going to have to take this one off and pick up the other side of the cap band, pull this band through 2, pick up the outside one, like so. That gives us 3 on that side, so 1 more band pulled through the outside 2, and picking up that outside one, like so. Now we go to our next colour, and the next colour is going to be, for me, it's going to be this blue, and it will be the one that shows up as a cross band, kind of like that. So I think it's a little bit of a feature, though I made it the same colour as my band. So for this one you pull it through only to capture the middle 2 bands. So the way I would do it is I would pull it through the first 4, 5, first 5, and I would pinch, go over the top of the 2 I want to capture, and pick up the band from in there. So I haven't lost these bands because they're pinched, and pick them up again, like so. Cross the fourth band over the third band, like so. And with the same colour, this blue for me, go through the first 4 and pick up the outside one. Then go through first 3. Oops, swap colours. Go through the first 3. And pick up the outside one, like so. Swapping over. Okay, so we're going to go through 4 with the same colour as this, but before we do that, we're going to swap what's now the 4th over the 3rd. I always count from the left hook end. And grabbing the same colour band, going through 4, picking up the outside one, then going through 3, if I could just remember to change my colours. Sorry, Luma from Norway. Here we go, go through 3 with a different colour and pick up the outside one. Okay, so what we've done here is we've created this big space for a big bead to go in. So you can see that the lampwork bead fits in just perfectly into that space. My other beads are just a little bit wider and not as long, so it makes it a little bit trickier, but not too bad. Okay, so what we need to do now is actually get a threaded bead onto these 2 loops, through those 2 loops. So what I did is I had my beads were big enough, because you're working with fairly large beads. You could be working with something that I could actually push a band through. Even these quite thick 300 pack silks. So that's what I did with this, is I just pushed that through rather than having to use any other threading method. Let's hope it works for me now I'm on camera. So I've just pushed that through like that. I don't know how you prefer to get your beaded bands on, but the way I did this one is I actually just pinched these off, like so. The silk bands don't really go anywhere. If you're using slipperier bands, you may need to capture that. You could capture that with a another hook. So you can pull it off with another hook if you want to, which is the way Luma from Norway does it. So she basically has a 2 hook set up like this, and then you grab this end and pull it through just this one, like so, and then you can use your other hook to pull it just through that one, or loop the other one over it. Now because mine are wider, I've got a little bit of a stretch to pick up the other band. It's a little bit awkward. The lampwork beads would definitely be less awkward because they're not as wide. Okay, then you pick everything up again off the other hook. And that's one sequence. So the next thing you need to do is to get back to your 8 loop setup again. So what you'll do is go through and pick up 3 bands, 3 loops rather, with your original colour. like so, and then you'll pick up 2 bands, 2 loops, and pick up again, which gives you 4 loops on this side, which is what you need to start again. Slide down the other way. We're going through 3, and then we're going through 2. Oh, getting caught in my little ring there. And on both of those you pick up the outside one as well. So now we are back to the beginning. Okay, so my iPad battery died, so I'm back filming again later this evening. So now that we are back to the beginning, you just need to basically repeat the steps that we've done before. I'm going to use one more bead like this before I use my lampwork beads. I think that'll work out. So I'll do that section, and I'll do another section to finish off. So back at this point we want to get the next band onto those 2 middle ones. So I would go under all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if you want to, you can go over the top of the 2 that you actually want to pick up, and then you can collect up everything else like that, and then just rearrange it so the blue one ends up coming down. As you can see, this is not the way I normally do it because I'm really awkward at it, but I know people like to do it this way, so let's just manhandle it a little bit. Okay, so you get it down to there. And then we're going to swap the 4th over the 3rd, like so. I'm going to grab the same colour, which in my case is the blue, and pull through all 4 on one side, and pick up the outside. And then swapping colours, I'm going to pull through 3, and pick up the outside, like that. Swapping sides again. So we've got now from my hook the 4th band crossing over the 3rd band, grabbing a band the same colour as that 3rd band, pulling through all 4 and picking up the outside, and then swapping colours, the 3rd colour, pulling through 3 and picking up the outside, like so. So then we're going to take the beaded band, and I'll do it the same way as I did before. Just take these off. You can actually take them off with the hook if you haven't got bands that are as solid holding as these. And you just pick up one side of this band, slip it through the first. Whoa! Or you can oh dear. There we go. So you hold on to the opposite side so it doesn't slide through like it just did, and pull it through just that loop. And then on the opposite side you can either swap hands or you can do it from this side, because all you're doing is just hooking that band over like so, and then picking up all the bands on the other hook in order, like so. So then we need to get back to the 8 loop setup again. So we go under 3, pick up outside with your original colour, and then under 2, pick up the outside like so. Swapping it over. Under 3, pick up the outside, and under 2, pick up the outside. Now what I've noticed is I can fit my hook right through this because it's got a very large barrel. So I'm going to try doing it without banding it first. Interesting. Aha, interesting, you say. Okay, so we need to start the sequence again. We need a blue over these 2, like so. Now I'm going to show you my way. But basically it's just pinching. It's exactly the same thing as picking everything up and rearranging it, but I just can't be bothered. Frankly, that's just me. I can't be bothered. So I go, okay, I don't want to pick up those 3 on the side, so I'm just going to pinch below those. And I do want to pick up that one, so I'll just hook it through on the other side and pull that band through. And then I'll just hook those ones back on, which is exactly the same as if I'd hooked them on and then slid the blue up there. So both ways get the blue underneath those 2 middle bands. Cross 4 over 3 with the blue again, going under 4, picking up outside, and changing colours, under 3, picking up the outside. Like so. Swapping. Oops, sorry for the bump. So we go again, we cross 4 over 3, counting from the left, grab the same colour band as 3, well, the one that's now 3, the one you just crossed over, pick up the same colour, slide under 4 loops, pick up the outside, change colours, and go under 3 and pick up the outside, like so. I like this because it kind of gives this little, almost like a twisty shape up the side. Alright, now I just need to grab another white band. So I'm going to need to, I basically want to pick up the bead between these 2. Can you hooked on that ring again? I need to put the bead between these 2 and slide this band through the loops and the bead, these 2 loops and the bead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off. I'm going to pick up the bead. I'm going to put that one back on and pinch these 2. And then I'm just going to slide that through, like so. Pick up the other side, then pop those 2 back on. You can see that fits more neatly into that space than my beads here do. So you're left with these 6 on here, and you need to get going again to get that 8 band set up. So you'd go through 3, pick up the outside, through 2, pick up the outside, and you're back to the beginning again. Other side the same. Needs more pink. So we can go through 3. Pick up the outside. And through 2. Oh. Through 2. Pick up the outside. And there you go. You have your 8 band. 8 loops set up. Yet again. Like so. So my plan is to have 2 of these, 5 of these, and then 2 of those at the end again, and then connect it up, and that should be just about right. I think Luma from Norway said that she uses about 9 or 10, depending on whether you put a clasp on the end. So if she uses a magnetic clasp, she needs 1 less section, because of course the clasp takes up the space where it connects. So how about we just give it one more shot? So I'll be doing it again with the lampwork bead. So I need more blue. I keep putting up the amount that I need and it gets to more and more and more. Alrighty, so back to our putting the blue under these 2 middle ones. So slide it under 5. And either pick up those 3 pink and the blue and rearrange, or pinch those 3 pink on the outside, pull the blue through and recapture so that it's just on those 2 middle bands. Cross the 4th over 3rd, grabbing that same colour, under 4, pick up the outside, swapping colours to the 3rd colour, under 3, and pick up the outside, swapping sides, crossing 4 over 3, grabbing our blue again, under 4, pick up the outside, and then swapping colours, under 3, pick up the outside, like so, and that's our lovely little space there for our big fat bead. Okay, so I'm going to take off these 3 left ones. Now if you do have bands that are this, you can just do that or capture it with anything. Part of a paper clip. I've seen Eddie, Soul's Provider, do that one. Stitch markers, anything like that. I actually have a stitch marker holding the one that I had part done when my iPad ran out of memory, so you can just put a stitch marker on it. So I know it's a huge stitch marker. It's not actually a stitch marker, it's used for something else in knitting. I don't know, I picked it up at the newsagent just for this. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bead, pop it on there, and pick up this one because I want to put it through the middle 2 bands and through my bead. So I'll pull that white band without losing it, pull the white band through like so, and pick it up on the other side, and then pick up the bands that I had held there, like so. Ta-da. And then we're back to the start again. So getting back to the start, we just go under 3, pick up the outside, under 2, pick up the outside, swap over, under 3, the outside. Sorry, moving away. So I went under 3 and picked up the outside one as well, and then under 2, picked up the outside one, and you're back to that 8 loop setup, like so. Okay, so if you need to go over any of those steps, just rewind and re-watch them as we go through. So I think that should be fine to get you through and make this lovely Edvin bracelet made by Luma from Norway. And when I post on Instagram, I'll have all of the details on there, but we'd love to see it if you post to Instagram to Crazy Just Might Work and Luma from Norway. And yeah, I will catch you later. See ya.